Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's talk about Cyclone Judy out here in the South Pacific, specifically rolling over Vanuatu and Port Vila, home to about 80,000 people. Some video out of there showing that they are seeing some damage from this storm system as it rolls overhead, down trees, damage to buildings, things like that. And, this is going to be a long day for them because even though the storm itself is just passing over Port Vila, we still have the rain bands sweeping in behind this. And then you're going to be looking at island after island potentially being impacted from the storm. In fact, let's just take a look at the a little bit of a close-up here using Windy, and I just want to give you an idea of where we're at. So there's Port Vila, and let's just show where that storm is at this time, kind of getting that right front quadrant. Then we go ahead throughout the day on Wednesday, hits island after island, sweeping down here towards the south, bringing those winds at upwards about 50 to 100 kilometers per hour, possibly even more. Going back, in fact, to the track forecast here on this storm system, and this is from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, mind you. Winds currently of 195 kilometers per hour. As it pulls away from Vanuatu, we are going to see some weakening, but look at the banding coming in behind us, and then look, kind of adding insult to injury, a possible new tropical low forming up in its wake. So any recovery is going to be hindered by the fact that we do have another low pressure area there forming in off of the monsoon and spinning up in its trail, bringing yet more rainfall and those gusty conditions to Vanuatu before things do finally start to improve by Friday over towards Saturday. And this is just another look of there's New Caledonia. This stays well towards your east, and we have our other storm system forming up in its wake, kind of kicking up and bringing some additional messy conditions. We're talking about possibly tropical storm strength. I mean, this could even form in, mind you, it's still an invest, but conditions are possible there for it to even form up into another cyclone. In fact, just let's look a little bit ahead here. I'm going to scoot this through Friday, going back to Windy, and this is by Thursday evening. And yeah, there's that broad circulation in there via the ECMWF showing that Port Vila seeing once again these winds upwards of 50, 60, maybe even 100 kilometers per hour gust in spots. So it really is a back-to-back problem here. And this is just comparing it up with the GFS. You can see that secondary low forming in the tail and the ECMWF right there, one after another, as we go ahead through the day on Friday over towards Saturday. So yeah, it's some rough conditions. And I do want to mention, this storm on satellite imagery, you can just kind of see the higher cloud tops here. And yeah, the cirrus is kind of shrouded over the eye, but there is for sure an eye there. And this is actually microwave imagery, and I like using microwave imagery because you can peer through those upper level cirrus clouds down to the inner eye wall and see how that rolls over some of the islands here, them jetting up and disrupting a bit. And that's why it doesn't look terribly organized, but it's for sure there is an inner eye. And the reason why, at this time we're seeing those winds estimated according to JTWC over 150 kilometers per hour. So a solid Cat 1 to Cat 2 if we were looking at the Saffir-Simpson scale. So hey guys, stay safe out there. Hope this update does help some people. That's the whole goal. If you're new to this channel and you're probably thinking, who is this guy? I usually do Western Pacific weather updates, but my goal is usually to cover a lot of these islands out here that don't typically get the coverage that they would if you were talking about some mainland areas, the big cities or anything like that. If this storm was a few hundred miles towards or kilometers towards the west, hitting New Caledonia, or even further than that, like hitting Brisbane, it would get loads of coverage. But this one, I know you guys get impacted out there in Port Vila and all across Vanuatu. So of course, stay safe out there, and as always, thanks for watching.